we start the lab here. In the lab which we start now, we're going to look, let me show you that one. Okay, so you run your machine. I log in here on my Ubuntu. The first step which we're going to do now, we're going to install Scala on this machine. Right click, right? And so let me increase the size for this. I hope I'm not fast. Is it fast? Very well. Right. Here we go. You know, here, Scala installation is very simple. I mentioned in the last class. To install Scala, we do it as follows: sudo apt get install Scala. You give your password, and then you say yes, and then you go. This is one way. This is one way. I just want to have a disclaimer on this one. This is a Scala in this part which we have here. In Quick Cloudera, it's pre-installed. In Quick Cloudera, it's already there. So when we go to Quick Cloudera, please don't be confused. Okay? Don't be confused, because Quick Cloudera will use for Spark. I mentioned, please don't say that I have not said when we start this one. So here, this is one way, it's done. Now, to see if Scala is installed, you say Scala version, no such file. Okay, fine. Let's say which Scala. So it is in a user bin. So it just tells you where it is. It is in a user bin. All right, it tells you where it is installed. Now, to start Scala, you just type Scala, and then you are there. You are now in the Scala. Welcome to Scala 2.0. It tells the version which we have. Number, important point I forgot to mention here. Maybe you may be a beginner or starting. In order to install Scala, first check, check if your Java JDK, your JDK is installed or not. So how do you check? We say which Java, or you say Java hyphen version, it tells you, or you say Java C, Java compiler. Why do we need to check this? Anyone? Why? Why do we need to check if Java is installed? Java, yes, it's based on JVM. Remember when we started, we looked at JVM, Java Virtual Machine. So we need to make sure that Java is installed. All right, so this is what I want to mention here. So now we come back to this. Now we are going to declare the first variables. We are now in a Scala environment. So to declare the variables here, let's say the first variable, your first program, print ln. I love this. It is done. It is done. I love this. It's like, print hello world. It's my print hello world. It is done. Or sometimes I love this as well. Print ln IT-InspireToday. I love this. IT-InspireToday. I love this. These are my hello world. So if I want to see something's happening, it is done or inspired today. So inspired today. So I love this. As you can see, there is no termination of semicolon at the end. If you put, there's no wrong. If you say print ln, let's say names. You see the problem in there? And cross literally. So I have to put double quotes. All right. So it's a println. I would. So JJ. So either I put the semicolon, it can accept it. There's no wrong. If you don't put it, there's no error. So they realized that it's a headache. Sometimes we program and we forgot semicolon somewhere. The entire program is not running. So they have removed all these things here. All right. So these are the point here, and variable now. The first one, which is see here, let's say println. Now variable declaration. Right? So variable declaration. Now the variable declaration which we have here, let's say var age. Age, let's say the age is 30. It shows you the variable name, age, and then it says you the type which you have here is an integer. So Scala is a beautiful. It is specify type without mentioning which type is that. Another one, var, let's say first name. Let's say the first name, sorry, var first name is a string. First name is string. So it is specified. It's just see what you have written there. It's specified. It's either an integer or something like that. Another one, var, let's say height. The height is 5.5 inch. It's a double. So it knows, what type you put there. Double, remember double can be 64, but you may need to use only float. But it accepts from double, string, integer. It knows what you have. So this is the beauty of this one. So I mentioned somewhere that something called, this is important point, which I'm going to do here. We mentioned something called immutable and mutable. Immutable and mutable variable. There we go. Println mutable and immutable. Right? So we talk about mutable and immutable. Var, I ask you, first of all, here, this is known as a single comment. Single comment. Right? Now I write here, var, is it mutable or immutable? Your answer. Var, is it mutable or immutable? This one is immutable, right? This is immutable. Value is immutable. Now what about this one? What about the last one? You will know it, right? Var. This one is immutable. Mutable means can be changed or modified, right? So we can change or modify. Now let's do it. Let's say var, let's say age. Again, give the name age, or var first name. First name, let it be Mario. let's say Mary, right? I write first name as Mary. And after some times I say, oh, it's supposed to be Mario. I got Mary. Or now here, what I can do, I can change it because I use var or variable. I will say, let's say first name is going to be equal to Mario. Okay, it's changed to Mario. If I print ln, first name, it's a Mario, right? It prints Mario. Now this is mutable. This is mutable. Now immutable, we can do different. We say var, let's say last name. Last name, let's say is a Symbia. Symbia, right? Is it Symbia or Symbia? K is there, right? K at the back. K at the back. Back means where? Here. Yeah. This is from. Yeah. After A. After A. After A. K after A. Now I made a mistake. It's supposed Mr. Mario Symbiac. I put Symbia. Now I want to change. I say last name is equal to, sorry, Symbiac, right? Which variable did I use? I use a var again, sorry. The first one, I use this. Sorry. var. And again, now I want to change Mario to Symbiac. What does it say? Error. The assignment to value means what? Immutable. var cannot be changed, right? You cannot change once you write it, right? Once you write it, you cannot change. If I print ln here, I say print ln, last name, sorry, last name. It's a Symbia, right? It's a Symbia. It's still Symbia because we declare the variable as what? As var. The variable was declared as var, so it cannot be changed. So we write in that way, right? So we write in that way. We can do the same. Let's say we can do the same here. Let's say var. Let's say what is something which is constant? var register number, right? You cannot change it. So there are certain variables which you need to use the var because you don't want to change them. You don't want to make a mistake of modifying them. For example, register number. We say var register number. Register number can be, let's say, the register number which we have here is the 2020 19. Okay, is an integer. Now, if I say, okay, I want to change the register number to 2020, 20, it's changed, right? Now I say var register number 2020 19, right? var, and then I say register number is equal to 2020 20. You cannot reassign it. The first one was a variable. The second one is a value. You cannot change, is mutable. Mutable and immutable. All right, so we can declare in this way. The time is going fast. I'm not sure if we're able to. complete the point for today. Okay, maybe we'll take one more class. I will take one more class for this one. Fine. Now, let's look now the variable data type. How do we assign variable data type? As you see here, we did not assign any type. Now, a single comment here. I call this one variable data type. Is it fast? Is it fast? Okay. We have the variable. We have the variable data type here. Now we are going to have the variable data type assign variable to a data type, right? So here we have the syntax. I give you the syntax. Syntax to do this one. The syntax to do, we say, let's say var, and then followed by variable name, and then followed by the column, and then it's going to follow by data type, right? Followed by the data type. Data type followed by, here we put initial value. Let's say here, you can put initial value or not. This is optional. I put here initialize type, initialize value or not. It's an optional. It's an option. This part is an option, right? So this is the way we assign the data type. Means we have to specify data type. So an example, take an example. We say var, let's say age, we want to be integer. Okay, we want to be integer. Sorry, var, what happened there? Class. We say var, let's give this one var age. Okay, need to be initialized. Okay, fine. It's I give one more different here. Let's say var name. Let's say no. Let me give the type here. Var weight, height. Let's say distance. Distance is gonna be like 2 meters. Let's say int. And then I assign the value, let's say is equal to 2 meters. So I assign the value for that one, right? Var distance. Or I may say var distance. I say string. I may say is equal to 2, let's say 2 kilometers. So it's a string. So this is the way we declare the variables and assign the value. We assign the type, right? We assign the type. One more part here, we say var, let's say height. We say var height. And again, we mention as this, we say float. Let's say height, let's say you have 163 point, no, that will be short, 178.45 centimeters. All right, what happened there? That mismatch. All right. So it required to be double, right? Okay. Okay. It's required to be double. Okay. All right, let's put them double or long. Okay, it's only accepting the double. It's accepting the double. I have to check why. Supposed to be double float int, but this is the type assignment. All right, this is the type assignment. So this is all about the type and the declaration of the type. I'm not sure if I'm gonna give you, the task for you to be proceeded. Let's see. This is one more part. A lot of things to cover here. Let's say this one, I mentioned this as executing a file. Now create a file. Create Scala script or file. Remember, the file name should be the same as object, right? So here, you may do this. You say nano, let's say done.scala. You are in Scala here. So once you are in Scala, let's say you write a function, you say any function start by here. Remember, any Scala program should have main function. So to do so, we say def, right? We say def main, and then we say arg, the argument, array, string, and then we you can open the parentheses, and then we write our first Scala program inside there. But anything which we have here in Scala will be defined in object. So we say here, you write here object done, right? I declare this as object done. We open the parentheses here, main function. We open this one, and let's say print ln, and here you say it is done. You cross 1, 2. This is the concept here. Object, we use object instead of using class. Here we prefer to use object because everything is treated as object. Simple. This will proceed in next class just to show you what we have learned today. You write the program just for JVM. And then the file name is what? Done Scala. You need to compile it. We need even to execute it. So we wrote it up this way. This is object. This is the object name. This is a main function. This is a main function. And this is the body of the main function. We want just to print it is done. So you exit. You say yes. Now to execute here, to compile the program, we do Scala C space done Scala. Right? It's compiled. To execute Scala done. Okay? It is done. Awesome. Like the old Java. Java C, and then Java. What did we do here? JVM. We compiled. This, the first part here is compiled. Right? When you compile, nothing happened, right? When you compile, it does not show anything. There's no error. It converts into bytecode. Now, when we say Scala, we are running done dot, the object. We are running the object, executing the object. So this is the main point which we can do here. Now, for your work here, right here, this is your assignment before we begin, right? Please make sure that it is here, you see it here. If I don't find the time to write here, I would ask you, to write in the module, I would ask you. Here, write a simple Scala program in, write simple Scala program to add 3 numbers, right? To add 3 numbers. Let the program, you do like this. I'm not sure if I have to write it. You write the program in a nano, use nano. Let me be descriptive. Use nano to write your program. Is it clear? Please, hope it's clear. If you don't get it, let me know. I mentioned use nano, but if I say write a Scala program, what I want to do, just to write as a script. I mentioned here, write script program, write Scala script program. If I mention this, it will be more clear, but to avoid the misunderstanding, let me do it. Write a simple Scala script program, right? A script, this is a script. All right, this is a script, the way we do the script. Right, so to write, to add 2 numbers, to add 2 numbers. Okay. This to be submitted before, this is today's a Friday. Fine, we check that. Any question? Yes, please. Already, no, let me make here. Use editor. What happened? I say use, I was going to change to say use editor. Now use the editor, what you're saying is editor. Just to give you an option, right? I don't know how you get it. Editor, nano is the editor, what is editor? It's any editor. Right? Because you're using nano, so just use editor. Let me change it there so you avoid this. I don't ask you didn't use nano, no. I ask if you have used editor. Yeah. Let me put any editor. Just
so we submit a photo or in file.
File.
You can do it.
Yes. Yeah, you do submit in file. Yeah, you can. To quit this one, this is gonna be the last, right? Right. Okay, you just Control D, you can exit.
I update my Java, so I'm dying. I need to revert the version before I install.
Yes. Thank you, Scala. And you can do quit. So this is the way you can quit. You can write the quit here to exit. Q is enough?
Yes, Q is enough.
I was throwing an error.
Just the semicolon and Q.
Semicolon. This one?
Semicolon. Yeah,
Semicolon.
This one and Q.
I was.
No. Yeah, that's not that one. Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, what was I giving? Which one was I giving? Right? Same, right? I was giving the same, but it's kept throwing an error. Look here. Before this one, I do this. It refused. And again, I forward with this one.
Because I learned using just a Q.
Okay. Maybe, yeah. See you. Thank you too.